Today's topic is I'm following the plan, but I'm bloated, puffy, and constipated. What am I missing? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what could be going on, some underlying things that are happening, and we're going to do some troubleshooting. So first of all, let's talk about the difference between being bloated, puffy, and constipated and actual fat gain. So some days you're going to wake up and you're going to feel more puffy, like you're going to have more water retention. Does not mean that you gained fat overnight. And actually, like, most women don't really gain fat overnight. It's like night after night after night when you continue to maybe ignore what your body is trying to tell you, or actually under eating could be a cause for fat gain. But if you wake up like just feeling puffy, bloated, and constipated, it's rarely that you gained fat overnight. So let's talk about the difference between being bloated, puffy, and constipated. So when I'm talking about being bloated, that means like you feel distended, like your digestive tract feels like full, feels like it's pushing out. If you feel puffy, that's more related to like your skin. If you feel like just squishy, puffy, like you're just retaining water. And then constipated, of course, is you're not going to the bathroom every day. And they can be related. You could have all three of them. You might have only two or just one. But we're going to talk about what could be going on if you're experiencing that. So you're following the plan, but you're feeling all of these: puffy, bloated, and constipated. So the first thing I would look at is digestive support. You might need, and most people do, after age 40, you might need some digestive support. So that includes things like apple cider vinegar or bitters. So these are sort of more mild interventions that you can use. So bitters is like, these are bitter herbs in a tincture and you just spray it in your mouth, or you could put it in like water and drink it. But I get a little spray from my natural health food store from Sprouts. I really like it, and I just spray it on my mouth. It kind of like primes my digestive system, and it's kind of like, hey, we got food coming on down here, like let's get ready to start making some gastric juices and enzymes. So you could do that, or if you need stronger support, which I highly recommend at least trying this for a couple of days, is getting betaine hydrochloride enzymes and bile salts. So I get the Now Super Enzymes, and I usually take one of those with every single meal, just because in perimenopause and I'm 46, our digestive system just needs more support. We're not making as many enzymes, and we're not making as much hydrochloric acid as we did when we were young. So I usually take some digestive enzymes, and it really helps to, it helps support digestion. So I just feel like it's smoother. I don't have as much gas, bloating, and it really helps. So the one that I like is called Now Super Enzymes. Number 2, you might be consuming too much fiber, raw fiber, or just fibrous type foods, and your body can't handle that much right now. So if you're consuming a lot of cruciferous, which they are fantastic for your liver, some people do really well and some people don't, and it could just create a lot of gas and bloating and like pushing out. So if you could try to pull back on those cruciferous vegetables and salads, and eat more vegetables that are easier to digest, like zucchini, like green peas, and carrots. So try something like that, or cucumber as well. You actually could be, the next thing is you could actually be getting too much protein and you don't have enough digestive enzymes to break it down. And that really goes back to that digestive support like I was talking about. But you might want to try to pull back your protein a little bit if you're just feeling like puffy and bloated, because protein is really hard to digest. And if you don't have the digestive support, the enzymes to break it down, then what can happen is that undigested protein, so it gets broken down into amino acids, but sometimes it isn't fully broken down into elemental amino acids. So you can actually get like little peptides that can cross into your bloodstream, and then your immune system activates to remove that, because that should not be in your bloodstream. We should only have amino acids and not big blobs of proteins. The next thing to think about is your electrolytes and hydration, because a lot of times you actually are deficient in salt and electrolytes. And so your body has like the opposite effect of like you get more puffy. And I have found for me and other clients that if you add more salt, your body like sucks that up and it isn't as stressed out, and you will actually lose water retention, which is counterintuitive. You think that if I have more salt, I'm going to get puffier and I'm going to have more water retention, but the reverse can actually be true. Other reasons that you could be having puffiness is your hormones. So if you're in perimenopause and you're having fluctuating estrogen and lower progesterone, that really affects your water levels. If you have more stress, if you're dealing with a lot of stress, what happens is your stress hormones go up, which causes a hormone called aldosterone to go up, which causes your body to retain more water. So think about your stress. Have you been under a lot of stress? Have you been taking time to take care of yourself? Do some slow breathing, meditation, yoga, stretches. That can really, really help. I have found, like, if I spend about 20 minutes a day in just like practicing slow breathing, it makes a massive difference for me in my water retention. Like, it just, like, I can see it change in 20 minutes. So I'll do some slow breathing. I'll put some spa music on. I'll do some slow breathing. I'll lay down, and then I can feel my bladder filling up, and then I have to go to the bathroom after 20 minutes. That's how fast it can actually work. So you just need to bring your stress levels down, and that helps to bring your water retention down, and pretty soon you're going to the bathroom and you're not as puffy and retaining as much water. The next reason you might be feeling bloated, puffy, and constipated is you might not be consuming enough soluble fiber. So earlier I talked about raw fiber, which is from mostly vegetables, but soluble fiber is from things like psyllium husk, chia seeds, oats, sweet potatoes, and carrots. So think about, are you consuming something, are you getting soluble fiber? And that's why I really like the smoothie for breakfast in the morning, because you can add either psyllium husk or chia seeds, and that for me keeps me regular. If I don't put that in, if I don't have my smoothie, I can get backed up. So think about, like, are you getting some oats? Are you getting some carrots? Are you getting either chia seeds or psyllium husk? Because that makes a massive difference. Also, make sure you are getting plenty of water if you're consuming that, because they're going to absorb water. If they don't have the water to absorb, it can have the opposite effect, or can plug you up. So make sure that you're drinking enough water, and not just plain water like distilled water or reverse osmosis. It needs to have some salt in it, some minerals. And the last reason I want to talk about is stress. Let's go back to stress, because I kind of mentioned that when your stress is high, you produce a hormone called aldosterone, and then that causes you to retain more water, because it's like, it's getting your body ready for the fight or flight, like in case you had to run away from something. But so it keeps like fluids around your muscles so that your muscles can use those fluids. So that's why you really want to spend some time, like you need to have a practice every day that helps you to bring your cortisol levels down. So that's walking a couple times a day, or doing some slow breathing, some stretching, listening to some relaxing music. But so that can really, and also practicing gratitude. This morning was having a really bad morning. I was feeling really low and negative, and so I got myself outside, I went for a walk, and I practiced gratitude, and man, what a big difference that made for me. And all of a sudden, like, my life seemed completely like different. Like, I had gone into the day just kind of like really negative, and I turned it around with gratitude, and all of a sudden I'm just like, wow, like I have nothing to complain about. Everything is so good. So we have this tendency to only focus on the negative things, but we really need to make a concerted effort to think about all the positive things in our lives. So I hope that helped. We talked about 5 different things that can cause you to feel bloated, puffy, and constipated that are not fat gain, and has more to do with digestion, with fiber, with stress, with electrolytes, with soluble fiber, and like I said, just like having your daily practices to bring your stress levels down. I hope that helped, and I hope you have a great day.